Hello. Ever had a n8n workflow that actually got overwritten, or sometimes you've deleted an n8n workflow and you wish that you had it saved? So I built a workflow that automatically backs up every workflow in your instance to Google Drive, keeps only the latest snapshot and cleans up the old ones. Let me walk through it by node by node. First, we have two. We are kicking this off by two ways. First, we have a manual trigger in which upon clicking on it will run a backup on demand. And the other is a scheduled one that backs up every editor workflow that you have after 4 hours in the background. So you don't have to think about it. So the first real step is the Google Drive node. Creates a new folder inside the parents folder, and the name is dynamic built from the current date and time, something like the workflow backup Tuesday 0807 2026. Just like that, the name is saved. And this becomes the destination for everything this runs backs up. The second is the edited node. It calls the edited API. You can set up your own edited API. Pulls a full list of every workflow that exists on the instance, its name, its ID, all of it. And I've always got output data turned on here so the flow doesn't break, even if the list comes out empty. So next we have a loop, and we have split batches as one. This split in batches loops through the workflow list one by one. It's actually the hub of the whole system. Every workflow gets fed through here individually, and it also which what triggers the cleanup branch, which I will get into it a second. First, we have convert to file, and we have get folders. Okay. For each workflow, this convert to file node takes a raw JSON and turns it into an actual file named after the workflow and pretty formatted so it's readable if I ever open it manually. Then we have the Google Drive node, which uploads a file straight into the folder we created at the start. Once it's uploaded, it loops back to grab the next workflow. So by the end, every single workflow is sitting there as its JSON file. So when the loop is done, we have the get folders one, and we have the cleanup branch. What it does is that it gets a folder and it gets all the files from the workflow, and we have the get filter one. Now this is the cleanup branch. This is what stops Google Drive from filling up with each backups. So in this filter node, it compares each folder against the one created in this run and keeps only the old ones, everything that isn't today's backup. And we have the delete folder. It deletes node permanently, deletes each of those. So after every run, I've never left with more than one folder, always the most recent full backup. That's the whole system. Trigger, create a dated folder, pull every workflow, save each as JSON, upload it, and then clean out everything older. Fully automated self-cleaning, and it runs every 4 hours without me touching it. The link is found.